Welcome back to the Stoop, football fans. Right now, we're about to get into Man United losing to the dirty-ass Spurs, however that happened. But don't forget to like and subscribe and click that bell to get new content every single week. Here we go. United. To the Spurs. To the Spurs. I mean, I don't like you guys in general, but they're terrible. You made them look quality. Now, don't get me wrong. They are legit, and they're looking better and better and better and better. Yes. But you guys made them look amazing. Yes, there's red cards. We'll get into all that. Yes, there were other issues, but y'all collapsed. And that's what we're talking about today. We have a special guest on the Stoop with us. This is Jazz. He's a Man United fan from the YouTube channel, The Beautiful Game. Check it out. But today, he's on the Stoop. And Jazz, what the hell happened?
Well, we got battered. That was what happened. And it was embarrassing, I think. Harry Maguire had obviously, still not really recovered from Greece and has still been doing all of his, Sambuca shots.
Greece the musical or what? Like, what was he actually doing?
He was actually dipped in Greece. That's what happened.
He should have stayed in jail. I mean, honestly, we would have been so much better off without him. It just was an embarrassment from start to finish. And as a United fan, it's just been a very confusing time. Like, it just is very strange where all of the problems are really obvious in every department, and we're just completely failing right now. So, yeah, fair play to Spurs. Like, we did not deserve it. And, God knows what's going to happen next.
Well, James, I know you love Man United. What were your thoughts on the match?
Like I was telling you, I quenched my thirst on the tears of the scum. So it's fabulous. I collect them in a large vessel now, and I'm gonna it's wonderful.
James,
I am reveling in their misery.
James,
that's for sure.
You had I think the text of the weekend when that match started, and we were like, who do you want to win, United or Spurs? And you said, I hope a vortex opens up in the middle of the field and both the teams.
I'm cheering for the vortex, so that that'll swallow both teams down. I don't like either one, but of course, the scum holds a special place in my opprobrium. I mean, I think the scum have a problem where they need to eventually just give up on the whole Paul Pogba experiment as well. I think it's been a complete and utter failure. I know it's 95 million quid, but I mean, it's just not working. It's not working, and so maybe Van der Beek or someone like that is the answer. I have no idea. Maguire was 80 million pounds wasted. I mean, I thought he had a terrible World Cup. I thought he looked awful in the World Cup. He's back there. The defense is absolutely shambolic. I mean, they're running around. They don't know what they're doing back there. It's just so unorganized. I don't know. I think they have a lot of positions to address, and I don't think it's over yet. I mean, I think they may struggle for some time.
So right away after this match, you get all the people coming out saying, Ollie gone, Ollie gone, Ollie gone. I just don't think that's the only problem. What do you...
No, I think you're completely right. There's like loads of problems, but I think the biggest aspect is that you can't just put it all on Ollie. It's not his fault. Like, he's just working with what he has right now. And the thing is, the board should be sacked. Ed Woodward is an embarrassment. All he cares about is bringing as much money into the team, but doesn't really care about football, like in terms of the actual players that are being brought in. Like, it's been embarrassing for us, especially as a United fan, just to be like, you look at Liverpool and how they've been recruiting and stuff like that, and just how smart and sensible that's been. 7-2, but still, it was. It's just been completely different mentalities.
Do you think they watch the match? Like, do they actually watch the football, or do they look at numbers after the game and crunch? Like, this is coming from an Arsenal fan, and our board is shit. But like,
I think it reminds me a little bit of the old days of English football, right? When the board ran the show. I mean, Ferguson could stand up to them. I mean, they weren't gonna bother with Ferguson. I think now what they've had is a long line of managers since Ferguson who they can manipulate or think they can manipulate, and that's the issue. And the same thing used to happen way back when the boards would pick the starting lineups. The boards would make sure that they would do all the transfers. They would do. I mean, the board ran for years and years and years. Decades. The board ran the show in English football. It wasn't until people like Busby and Revy and Shankly and all came along in the 60s, and they said, look, we've had enough of this. And they were like strong, managers with strong personalities, and they stood up to the boards. And I think now you have a situation at Man United where the board is running everything, and they don't. I don't know if Ole's going to stand up to.
I'm not even touching
Do you like what is the difference you see in your manager and a manager like that, like Bielsa? Like,
well, I think both, and it's unfortunate because these are all of our rivals. But you look at like the teams that have a clear identity, clear way to play. So you look at Klopp with the pressing, Bielsa with the man-to-man marking all over the pitch, and you look at Guardiola with the tiki-taka aspect. Like, they're all really clear ways to play, and have obviously all brought success to them. And I still don't know what our style of play is. I think we were actually better when we were just counter-attacking last season compared to now. With Bruno coming in, we've become more of a possession-based team, and now we're getting done on the counter-attack all the time, and it's very easy to play against us. So it's a worry. There's no clear trajectory or idea or blueprint for Manchester United now.
how do you fix it?
I think we fix it by looking at the obvious faults of the team, and that's at the back. We can't defend to save our lives. So it's I think you have to be a bit ruthless, and that's what I'm worried about with Ollie. Is I just don't think. I think he's a yes man, and he's been a yes man with the board. He's been a yes man with the higher profile players like Pogba on the team, and just not wanting to ruffle any feathers. But he's got to be more bloody ruthless if we're going to do anything. I think the clearest thing for us, everyone's been talking about Pochettino for a while, and I think that is the clearest option for us in terms of being able to work within a system, being tactically astute. Ollie was 99 was our greatest year in the United show, which I'm sure you remember well, mate. Treble years, but yeah, it was more
Not
of
even a smile from
Not
James.
nothing.
I know.
Nothing. James not even acknowledging that.
He's writing. He's
Because
writing.
my
It's
audio
just
didn't
like,
work on that
How
part.
quick can I get to New York? I'm coming
I'm
for
still
you.
in a state of just, I don't know. I'm just glorying in the moment.
But and as he should, because it's Leeds actually have a system and set up how to play well, and they know exactly what their roles and responsibilities are. We have no idea. So, yeah, it's
and we have a manager. We have a manager who the board cannot manipulate. I mean, Bielsa calls the shots. I guess, like I told you before, it's a throwback to the old school managers. That is, look, we're running the show. Board, you stay out of it. You just write a check. But I hope that Ollie is with Man United for a very long time.
Me too. Long live Ollie.
I'm hoping that he makes it. Several years. Come on. Don't fire him. Don't sack him, please. Don't sack him.
Okay, so as much as I hate to ask this question, can we give any love to Tottenham?
Absolutely.
Okay, you do that part.
Absolutely.
You
I'm
do
not
that
going to
part.
do that part alone, but they played well. They played well. They've strung together a few good games. Son is playing out of his head. Harry Kane is playing well. Come on. Just a little love.
You know what scares me the most about it is Kane's assists right now.
Yeah.
I've always slagged him of not, if he's not scoring goals, he's not on the pitch. But he's picking little passes where all 5 defenders come at him thinking he's going to shoot. And his assists, some of them are just there you go. Mm-hmm. And somebody's there to pick up the slack. That's the scary part for me. Yeah. And then you bring Bale in. We'll see if they play together or what. But, okay, I gave him some love.
That was quite a lot of love from an Arsenal fan.
Very helpful.
Look, as bad as you guys were, it still takes skill to put 6 goals up against anybody. Or else it would happen all the time. And it doesn't happen all the time. And even at your worst, you're still a Big 6 club. We
are the biggest club in England, still, to this day. I'll argue that point with anyone. We're a really poorly run business, and that's what football has become. It is a business now, and like that's where the worry is. It's like you were saying about the old school managers. It's like there's just not enough room to only focus on the business side. You have to care about your results and your football as well, and we don't right now.
All right.
And there's an issue too. There's an issue too of overpayment for players. I mean, what is Maguire? Worth? I guess the market says he's worth 80 million quid. I mean, but come on. I mean, even when that purchase was made, I couldn't see it. I mean, Leeds has bought 4 quality players with 80 million quid. I mean, it's just the prices for players now is just out of control. I just don't find him to be an 80 million quid type player.
All right, Jazz, who do you guys have after the international break?
That is a good question. I'm just hoping that we just show up. That's the biggest thing. Just please,
Your
give us
biggest
something.
competitor is
You've
yourself.
stopped caring, man. You've tuned out. You've
Oh,
checked out.
bad.
They're all going. We have a 2-week break. We're out of here. We're out of here. That's it for this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell. And keep on looking. We got more to come this week.